Teachers, what's the best thing a student has ever said? I had this 10th grade student, Marcus, who was brilliant but painfully shy. The kind of quiet that makes you forget someone's even in the room until you read their work and realize they've been paying closer attention than anyone else. His essays were always thoughtful, layered, and well-argued. But when it came to class discussions, nothing. No raised hands, no eye contact, not even a nod. He'd rather take a 0 than present in front of the class. I tried everything. Gentle encouragement, smaller group work, even letting him submit video recordings instead of speaking live. But he always politely declined. I stopped pushing. He was clearly learning, and I didn't want to punish him for how he processed things. Then came the debate assignment. It was part of our persuasive writing unit. I picked a controversial but age-appropriate topic and paired students up randomly. When I announced the partners, Marcus visibly froze. I'd never seen him look that pale in class. He'd been paired with Aiden. Aiden was our class's debate champion, captain of the mock trial team, the kind of kid who always had something to say and made sure you heard it twice. Loud, confident, a little too in love with the sound of his own voice. For 2 weeks, I watched Marcus quietly prepare. He took notes during research time, stayed after class to ask questions, and built a tidy little stack of note cards that grew thicker by the day. Aiden, meanwhile, spent most of that prep time bragging to other students that they basically already won. The day of the debate arrived. Aiden walked in wearing a full suit and tie. Marcus wore his usual hoodie, looking like he was moments away from throwing up. When I called their names, Aiden stood tall and launched into his opening argument with theatrical flair. He dropped SAT words like confetti, spoke past his time limit, and smirked like he'd just won a courtroom drama. Then Marcus stood up. His hands were shaking. Badly. He dropped his note cards and they scattered across the floor. The class went silent. I could see a few students exchange glances, unsure of whether he'd even continue. I took a half step forward, ready to step in and give him an out. But Marcus took a deep breath, looked up and said, loud and clear, "Unlike my opponent, I'll respect your time and intelligence by being brief and using words I actually understand." Dead silence. Then, he launched into a 3-minute rebuttal that was flawless. He calmly dismantled Aiden's argument point by point. No wasted words, no theatrics, just a clear, logical takedown. He finished with, "Sometimes the loudest voice in the room is just noise." The class erupted. Applause, cheers, even a few stunned laughs. Aiden sat down slowly, blinking like he'd just been hit with a wave he didn't see coming. I glanced at him. He actually smiled and gave Marcus a nod, clearly impressed. After class, I caught Marcus on his way out. "What changed?" I asked. "I've never seen you speak like that before." He shrugged. "I realized I wasn't scared of speaking," he said. "I was scared of not being heard." Then he walked off like he hadn't just delivered one of the most profound things I'd ever heard a student say.